right, what's good? What's good, everybody? It's your boy Train the Trader. Do this trade recap today for June 11th. Go over my trades for the day, give y'all my insights, and we'll make it quick because the World Cup starts today, and I'm about to go watch these games and kick it. So, here we go. All I traded today was IWM, and we started with calls. Right off the bat, we came out opening range breakout. And just so you guys have insight on my charts, this right here in the middle is a 5-minute chart. This one's my 1 minute. And I have this broken down because I watched these, but this way you can see the trades a little bit cleaner on the one. So we got into calls right here, the 287 calls, IWM calls. And it was based off of this opening range breakout. I actually tried to get filled right at this orange line, but my contracts kind of got skipped up. You know, caught a little bit of spread action. It was pretty volatile at this time, so it was hard to get filled because this move happened pretty quick. But I got filled right here. I knew it was a scalp because I'm expecting it to go right into pre-market highs. So I caught me a quick little 25% trade. You see my exit right here when I saw it shutting down right here on the 1-minute chart. Saw a little bearish action coming in right here. So I took profit. Again, I knew it was going to be a scalp. It was going to be a quick trade. So good trade, good management, just to kind of get my feel. So we got our failure here. And now what I'm looking for is to see if we're going to get some continuation to the upside. So I'm waiting on this move because I'm waiting on some sort of retest of these levels down here at Orb High where we broke out from, which we got. Then we get a little bit of a push back up and a reclaim. And this is where is it at? Right here, where I entered on the break of these wicks and these bodies right here back to the upside, with my risk being right here at the lows. Okay. So I entered this trade with the anticipation of us going back into highs, and we didn't do that. And I started to lose confidence right here in this trade because the overall time frame, if we're to look at the hourly, can't even talk. The overall time frame at that moment was bearish. So on a bigger picture, we are bearish and possibly continuing this downtrend that we started a few days ago and last week. So I'm betting with, or actually in this call right here, I'm betting against the overall trend, which I don't like to do. And every time I do that, I know that I'm scalping. I'm not married to anything. So I started to lose confidence when I saw it kind of poking around right here, and this big candle came in. So I TP'd just to cover my risk. TP'd right there for a small win. And so then my mentality switched once we got this change of character here on the break of these lows. I entered puts with my stop being this swing high and this high right here, kind of in this range. And got some consolidation on the 1 minute, and we finally broke down. And when we broke this wick low right here, got a candle close below that, that's where I added my second contract. We got a quick trim at 25% right here, and then I just left it. So the intention was low of day, to take out the low of day with this put play, which fits the overall trend at that time. And we just whammed it, as my boy Brett would say. But we washed that away really quick, and we got to my stop, which I stopped out right here around my entry on my runner.
Some
So
old
made that
bush.
trade just about a $22 win because I got that trim off. So not what I was expecting. And now I'm starting to recognize that we're having a choppy day. We're refusing to go higher, but we're also refusing to sell off. So stopped out on that trade. And then I just kind of sat around and watched to see if we were going to break this high of this range that we set earlier in the day, which we didn't, and we didn't twice. So then I just took a little lotto when we got this failure and a failure to go higher right here. We got the drop back down, and I just waited and waited and waited because I wanted to see us retest this area before I was going to get back in calls, which we did right here, or I'm sorry, in puts. And so when we retested this area that we broke down from, this was where I entered puts. Kind of got some chop, blah, blah, blah. Again, this is a lotto, so I was holding this for high of day. So as long as we didn't crack high of day or these wick highs, then I was just going to hold this for the move. The same idea that I had on this put, which is low of day. So if I go to my 5 minute, you can see I entered here. My intention is to hold to low of day to match the overall trend. And right when we get to where I'm about to TP, which is right here at this alert, which would be the sweep of the lows that we printed earlier, we get this candle. And it completely flipped the whole thing and took me out right here.
Some old bush.
Now, some people are probably wondering, damn, why'd you take such a big loss on this? I had no control over this. We went from a bearish trend to 2 to 3 seconds from this open to it being up here. There was no time to react. A huge influx of bullish pressure just came in right where everybody was expecting it to fail. Same as me, which is why I took those lotto put plays, and I got taken out. So, all in all, a long day to sit here and be break even for the day. I mean, that's trading in this type of market. You want to trade, you want to day trade? Well, you've got to be able to withstand stuff like this. Okay? And thank God I was smart enough to take such a low risk trade on this lotto put right here. I think the contract cost me $70 and I ended up losing 60. So, with it up here. I was absolutely not going to go high risk because, like I said, after I got out of my third trade, I knew that this market was choppy, and I don't like trading in chop. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it burns you out mentally. So I sat through all of this just because it wasn't hitting my stop. Just gonna let it run, kind of do its thing, and then boom, out of nowhere, we get this big bullish candle taking us out, taking out the highs from earlier, completely trapping all the puts that were probably getting ready to enter right here or had entered here like I did. Boom. And there we go. And now the trend is back looking bullish, going back into all-time highs. So this market has been absolutely insane the last week. For me to be break even today, even though I was red at one point right here before it popped, I was about to be up about $60-$70 on this contract, and it just completely wiped it out within 2 seconds. So that's the type of market that we're in. If you're new to this, this is a time to learn. Don't put your money up that you're not willing to lose, especially if you're not highly skilled. I do not, in my media, and you guys are going to see this because I'm being full transparent now. I got nothing to hide. I'm not selling you anything. I'm only showing my process and how I'm going through this whole thing. So I'm not telling y'all to follow my signals if you watch these videos. I want y'all to watch these videos and pick up on what I'm trying to accomplish, what I'm reading, and see if you can't make it better for yourself. Adapt your own mentality. If there's something that I say that helps you, fantastic. If you don't like anything that I'm doing, that's the freedom of not watching. Just go on to somebody else. Go follow a guru. There's a lot of people out here that I follow that are doing very, very well. I'm just determined to figure out how to do this on my own, and I'm documenting this process. So I am not at all saying that anybody should follow my signals. However, I do run a Discord. Chart Kings, shout us out on Chart Kings. If you haven't tapped in, if you want to follow a good community, it's really a small group of just my friends right now, about 6 guys. Yeah, we just keep it real and we trade. I show up every day. This is what I do, along with a couple other things, but I make sure that I'm here every day to learn this. So if you want to join along, if you want to just hear, be a part of a community, tap in, hit the like, hit the subscribe. You'll see my videos. Join the Discord, Chart Kings. You'll see us getting busy every day, and I show wins and losses. I don't hide anything. Okay, I've got no ego about this. I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody. I'm just trying to get better at a skill that I know is gonna change my life. So there you guys have it. My trade breakdown for today. I SpaceX IPO tomorrow. I really don't want to trade tomorrow. I think the market is going to be absolutely crazy, and I already have a green week, and I kind of want to secure a green week. And unless I see something just very obvious, catching with the trend, of course, then I may take that, but it's going to be extremely low risk. I'm not putting up any sort of money tomorrow in the market. I want to watch this SpaceX, see what it does, and see how it affects the overall market. And then we'll go into Monday, reestablish new game plan, and go kill it. That's the game plan. So if you guys like this, if you like what I got to say, if you want to just tune in, y'all know what to do. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, follow us on the Discord, Chart Kings, and yeah, man. Yeah, that's all I got. Your boy Trend Trader, man. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow.